Super Bowl LX wasn't just another championship game. It was a statement. On February 8, 2026, inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots faced off in a matchup that felt historic from the opening kickoff. For Seattle, it was about reclaiming dominance. For New England, it was about proving that the post-Brady era could still produce champions. From the very beginning, this game had a different energy. Before we get any further, welcome to Rockstar Sports. Seattle didn't explode offensively right away. Instead, they controlled the pace, field goals, smart drives, ball control, discipline. By halftime, the Seahawks were up 9-0, and the tone was clear: this would be a calculated performance, not a chaotic shootout. New England struggled early, drives stalled, turnovers hurt them, and against a defense as disciplined as Seattle's, mistakes are expensive. In the third quarter, Seattle kept applying pressure. Another field goal, no panic, no rush, just steady execution. Then came the fourth quarter, the moment the game truly opened up. Seattle found the end zone and pushed the lead even further. New England responded with flashes of life, including touchdown passes that briefly reignited hope. But every time momentum started to shift, Seattle answered back. The defining difference: turnovers. Seattle played clean football, New England didn't. By the time the clock hit zero, the scoreboard read 29-13. The Seahawks were Super Bowl champions once again. But this game was bigger than the final score. Nearly 125 million viewers tuned in across America. It became one of the most watched broadcasts in U.S. television history. The Super Bowl once again proved that it is not just a sporting event, it is a national ritual. The halftime show turned into a global spectacle. Commercials cost millions for just 30 seconds of airtime. Brands fought for attention. Social media exploded with reactions in real time. This is what the Super Bowl represents in 2026. Sport, business, culture, entertainment, all in one night. For Seattle, this victory re-established their place among elite NFL franchises. For New England, it signaled something important. They are still contenders. Even without the legends of the past, the Patriots remain relevant. Super Bowl LX reminded us why the NFL dominates American sports. It's not just about who wins, it's about moments, momentum swings, legacy shifts. And in 2026, the Seattle Seahawks owned that moment. That's what makes the Super Bowl different. One night, one stage, and history written in 4 quarters. It's the reminder that dynasties can rise again, that new quarterbacks can step into impossible shadows, that franchises can reinvent themselves without losing identity. For the Seahawks, this wasn't just a win, it was validation. Years of rebuilding, reshaping, and rethinking their system finally paid off on the biggest stage in American sports. For the Patriots, even in defeat, this game marked something powerful. It showed that their future is not behind them. It's forming, growing, learning in moments like this. Super Bowls are strange that way. One team celebrates confetti and champagne. The other walks off silently into the tunnel. But both teams leave changed. And beyond the teams, the league itself evolves. Every Super Bowl shifts narratives. It influences draft strategies, coaching philosophies, front office decisions, player legacies. Super Bowl 60 will be remembered as the championship where discipline beat desperation, where execution defeated emotion, where patience overcame pressure. And maybe that's the real lesson of 2026. In the biggest game of the year, under the brightest lights in sports, it wasn't flash that one. It was control. Control of the clock, control of the ball, control of the moment. Because in the NFL, talent can get you to the Super Bowl, but composure is what wins it. And on that February night in California, the Seattle Seahawks had both. That is why Super Bowl 60 matters. Not just as a game, but as a chapter in the ever-growing story of American football. And like every great chapter in sports history, it will be debated, replayed, analyzed, and remembered for years to come. Because this is the Super Bowl. And it never really ends when the clock hits zero. And that's what makes nights like this unforgettable. Not just the touchdowns, not just the trophies, but the stories that echo long after the stadium lights go out. Super Bowl LX wasn't just about 29-13. It was about control, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Because, in the end, champions aren't defined by hype. They're defined by how they perform when the entire world is watching. And in 2026, under the brightest lights in American sports, the Seattle Seahawks delivered. This is why we watch, this is why we debate, this is why we remember. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Super Bowl 60, make sure you subscribe and stay locked in. Because here at Rockstar Sports, we don't just talk about the game, we break down the moments that shape history. I'll see you in the next one.